look at their little face and their twitchy noses. So cute. Poop your nose.
My darling, I love you, 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 I love you.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. Today's video is going to be all about controversial rabbit topics, so I hope I don't get any hate for this video. I probably will, but whatever. But today I'm going to be sharing with you my opinion on a few controversial rabbit topics. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to cover every single topic in the rabbit community that's seen as kind of controversial, but I thought I'd cover some of the main ones. So the ones I'm going to be going over in this video are housing rabbits alone versus in pairs, uncovered versus covered litter boxes, free roaming versus enclosed living, and taking your rabbits outside. I may or may not be making a part 2 to this video if you guys end up liking it, so make sure to leave any more controversial rabbit topics in the comments along with your opinions on some of these topics. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get started. And just a little disclaimer, these are completely my opinion. I hope you guys choose to respect my opinion because I try and respect all of your guys' opinions, but please don't hate on me just for sharing my opinion. Okay, so first off, we're going to be talking about housing rabbits in pairs versus housing rabbits alone. So like a lot of these, I don't have a super strong opinion on these topics, but for me, for this, I would say that it's, in most cases, it's better to house a pair of rabbits or more, and that they can really benefit from it, but it's not super necessary. I'd say do it if you can, but I know that everybody can. Some people weren't even planning on getting one rabbit like me, and definitely aren't in the position to take on another rabbit's care, because taking care of 2 rabbits is definitely a lot different from taking care of 1 rabbit. And I would much prefer someone take really amazing care of 1 rabbit than take mediocre care of 2 rabbits. Because not everybody is in the position to take care of 2 rabbits if they have 1 rabbit. Because taking care of 2 rabbits is a lot more money, it's a lot more time and dedication, it's a lot more care, and it's just a lot more work in general. And I really hate when people try and force other people into getting another rabbit, because you really don't know what situation they're in. You don't know what their financial situation is. They literally might just not be able to care for 2 rabbits, and that's perfectly fine. I would say do it if you can, because they can really benefit from it, but not every rabbit and not every person can have another rabbit with them. So I just say do what you think is right for you. Our next topic is uncovered versus covered litter boxes. So again, I don't have a super strong opinion on this. I just thought I'd mention it because it is one of those more controversial topics. So I personally use an uncovered litter box, as you guys probably already know. The main reason that I use an uncovered one is just because I like to play it safe. With most things, and this is no different. I know a lot of people who use covered ones, and I have absolutely no problem with it. I just prefer to use an uncovered one just because it is seen as a little bit safer, and I just like to play it safe. But again, I have no problem with covered litter boxes. I would recommend an uncovered one, just because they are the slightly safer option. Because I know some people do have an issue with covered ones, for respiratory issues, and most of the time they only have 1 entrance, which is, having 2 entrances is preferable for bunnies. But yeah, again, I think both of them are fine. I just prefer an uncovered one since they're slightly safer. Our next topic is free roaming versus not free roaming. This is not a super controversial topic because most people agree that free roaming is the best option in most cases. I would say, for me, I think free roaming is the best option for most people. A lot of people, at least. The majority of people, who knows? I know that it's not an option for everybody, though, and I really hate when people try and force it on people, because some people just aren't in the place where they can free roam a bunny in their space, because 1, they don't have the tools to bunny proof, 2, they don't have a parent's approval, and 3, it's just not the right choice for them, and that's perfectly fine. I don't think that free roaming is the best option for everybody. I think in a lot of cases it can be the best option. For me, I think free roaming is definitely the best option because Milky is a very energetic rabbit, which is kind of ironic because she's sleeping right now, but she is a very energetic rabbit, and she can jump very high for rabbits. So just keeping her enclosed would not work for me, and that's perfectly fine too. I know some people keep your rabbits enclosed at night, and then free roam them in the day. And I think that's also a really good option if you can't free roam them all the time, is to at least give them all of the daytime free roam. Some of the reasons that I really like free roaming are obviously the space aspect of it. There's so much space for your rabbit. Even if you're not free roaming them in your whole house, just in a bunny-proofed room, they still get so much more space than they would get in an X pen. And then there's also the bonding with your rabbit aspect of it, which is probably, I even like this more than the space aspect, because I feel like if my rabbit, Milky, was in a pen all the time, I wouldn't have as good of a bond with her, because when she's free roam, like when I'm doing my schoolwork, I'll do it on the floor, and she'll come up to me and probably try and eat my school books, but, you know, it's still bonding time. She'll, like, come up to me and try and cuddle with me. We like to watch TV shows together. It's super nice to have a rabbit that you share space with. And I feel like you can have a much better bond with your rabbit when you're sharing a room with them. Because you do get sort of a sense of, like, trust. Like, okay, you're not going to eat this. Me and Milky haven't quite come to that trust agreement yet. But, you know, we're getting there. And that's important. It's also important to take into consideration that if you are keeping your rabbit in a pen, then they do need at least 4 to 6 hours outside of the pen every day, because your rabbit can't be enclosed all day. It's just too much enclosed time for them, because just like rats, they do need free roaming time every single day. So yeah, my opinion on that would be to free roam if you can, but I know that it's not the best option for everybody. If you are keeping your rabbit enclosed, make sure you're not keeping them in a small cage, and you're keeping them in a pen that's at least 4 by 6 feet. With at least 4 hours of free roam time every day. Okay, so our next and last topic is taking your rabbit outside. And this isn't going to be confused with keeping your rabbit outside, which I completely disagragree with. Rabbits should not live outside. That's really outdated and not safe at all. But what I mean by taking your rabbits outside is taking them out on a leash, or like carrying them outside, or having them in a stroller, something like that. I really, really like taking my bunny Milky out in the stroller. She really enjoys it. She's a super social rabbit who adapts really, really well. She doesn't really get scared when we go for walks or anything. I know some rabbits will, so it's important to know your rabbit before you decide to do something like that. But my rabbit really, really enjoys going for walks in her stroller and stuff like that. She really enjoys it. She loves meeting new people and getting treats and stuff like that. I love to go on little bunny stroller walks with my friends who have rabbits. It's just a super fun thing. Obviously, I wouldn't do it if Milky wasn't comfortable with it, and I don't think you should either. But there are some risks to taking your rabbit outside. Obviously, you have the risk of bugs, which is why I personally choose to take her out in the stroller. I don't love taking her out on a leash, just because there is the danger of fleas and ticks and things like that, and flea and tick medicine for rabbits isn't super widely available. I have taken her out on a leash in my yard before, but I try to do it when it's just getting warm so that the ticks and fleas aren't really out yet, but it's warm enough for her to be outside. And then I don't really take her out in the summer or anything, because that's when tick season is for me, and I just get really nervous about ticks getting on her, or her carrying fleas back into my room, because that would be a whole big thing if she did carry fleas back in here, because I have a hamster, I have dogs, and I have rats, and if we had to treat them all for fleas, it'd be very, very expensive and very, very time consuming. And then there's also the danger of predators like hawks and other animals. We don't have too many like mammals near our house that would just come into our yard and take her away. Hawks are kind of a thing near my house though, so that's why I choose to take her out in the stroller. And I always strap her into the stroller, not like a baby, but she always wears her harness, and then there's a little leash on the inside that attaches into the stroller, and that way I can have the lid off and people can see her. I think it is fine to take your rabbit outside as long as you're being very, very careful and taking every danger into consideration before doing it. I would make sure to know what kind of predators there are in your area before you do it, so that you can properly prepare for that. And yeah, make sure to take your rabbit somewhere that's very, very quiet and not super busy the first few times. You can take them to a park or something. It's also important to know your bunny. Bunnies are going to really, really enjoy this, and some bunnies are going to get really, really stressed out. So it's important to pay attention to your bunny's behavior while they're in a stroller or on a leash, because if they're acting super, super scared, then that's definitely not a good idea, and you should definitely take them back inside. I also don't like people using the rabbits to like get attention from other people. Rabbits are not like toys. They need to have proper care, and you need to not use them to get other people's attention. You need to make sure to take their behavior into account first. that is all for today's video. Again, please don't leave me any hate. I just wanted to share with you guys my opinions on some of these topics. And again, if you have any more topics for me to share my opinions on, make sure to leave them in the comments, and make sure to leave your opinions in the comments. But again, not as hate, just like, this is my opinion. But yeah, that's all for today's video. I have even posted my 100 subscriber special, and I'm already at 200 subscribers, which is like completely insane. So thank you guys so much. When I do post my 100 subscriber special, it'll be listed as my 100 subscriber / 200 subscriber special. You guys have no idea how much all this growth means to me, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!